against the C contenders of Talon and see whether or not... Okay, there he goes again.
Dog, man. Get this shit out of here.
He's always going to be coming back.
Yeah, so
Can't
anyway,
stop him.
Like we were talking about, that one guy is definitely my #1 most annoying player of all time.
Oh, that player is here?
No, who we were talking about, right? You know what I'm saying? We were talking about before the game.
Yeah,
he's my #1.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we finally got that.
Yeah.
So wait, what was the top 3 again?
Well, I mean, the other 2 were Seb and Schofield.
Yeah, Seb, Schofield,
Yeah,
and then the player that we
Yeah.
talked about before
Exactly.
the match. Okay,
Exactly.
I got you.
Just wanted to, I mean, because we never got around to that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to make sure we finished that.
Yeah, it's nice that we have closure in some ways.
I thought it was a good list, though. But this is a better game, as Makoto will try and continue his Wind Ranger ferocity. He has looked unstoppable in this hero, man. Slaying it up, creating a lot of space and tempo for Talon, who... It's another game they want to go late game with their illusion carry, and that means you need someone to buy the space. So it's probably going to be Jabs and Makoto here to make that time. Their support duo is a little greedy and a little slow. They really need ults to come online and be dealing damage in the fights. And Makoto, he's done that off of really good laning stages. Like, he has dominated these mid matchups with the ranged Wind Ranger versus a lot of these melee heroes. So NTS, maybe his strength has been getting out of some of these unfavored lane matchups, like we saw the Ember versus the Huskar, things of this nature. He's been really good at making moves and playing around these disadvantageous one-on-ones. So it's kind of an interesting setup, you know, the lane slayer versus the unshutdownable.
The lane salvager. Oof. Makoto getting that to 9. I mean, this matchup has got to be super important for Talon to be able... I'm setting this up as I think PSG.LGD is the better team. And I think Talon have shown some promise, but so far, the teams that they beat in this group stage 2 are also the teams that are in the bottom half, right? They beat, Aster 2-0. They beat Pandas 2-0.
Fake wins.
And then they lost to Evil Geniuses. Right, so if they really want to impress me and look like a you know, they could win DreamLeague, I think it starts with beating PSG.LGD.
Well, I think Talon are the better team.
Okay.
In my heart.
Just like Nothing to Say is the TI winner?
In my heart.
In your heart.
There's a lot of things in my heart. Room for everybody to hop in and ride non-existent achievements. Just looking at the early lane setup, I'm always interested to see Elder Titan play. You know, I'm a big Elder Titan fan.
Oh, you are an ET player.
That's right. And this is a very curious patch for the hero because Y has been owning with it in the early game, but this is a difficult hero to get through the early levels with normally. Maybe these off lanes are just going back to a place where you can get out of the level 1 and 2 and get to level 3, which is where the hero turns on. Because your level 1 and 2 trade is absolute garbage. It's like one of the worst in the game. You don't really do anything. You need level 2 Spirit, hitting on 2 heroes to really be effective. I also am interested to see that Y is saving blood grenades on this hero for that timing, which I think is pretty interesting. And he's done a lot of going through the gate shenanigans. These are the little things that you need to do on this hero to make him work so you can get towards the boots and get towards that mid game where you really shine and can just use the magic amp to play through your mid and play through your offlaner. But it is a very powerful hero. The thing about Elder Titan is his early game shifts from being really good to really bad, but his mid and late game are almost always valuable. It's hard to ever argue this hero does not contribute something in the late team fights.
Sure. Especially if you have some sort of setup for your Split Earth or your Stomp.
No, you don't need no setup, bro. You don't need no setup. Good Elder Titan player is the setup. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But sometimes you can't land it, no matter how good you are.
Well, maybe you can't, but a professional?
What if they're just faster than the animation of Stomp?
Okay, your ult needs a setup. Your Stomp, just get good. And Shiro's just got TP. Ooh, he barely made it out of there.
That was actually pretty close. He was totally out of mana there.
Does have a Lotus that Y picked up, so the lane shove benefiting LGD on their safe lane, but all 3 lanes doing pretty damn decent here for Talon.
Anyway, you distracted me. The point was Arena is the setup. The Arena sets up, you know, that Spirit can get in there during the Arena. You can hit a good Earth Splitter off of that.
It's a nice.
You're amping up all the magic damage that Mars is throwing around.
It's strong for sure.
And then Pango rolls on through, does even more magic damage.
I'm just speaking in general. Like, if you're going to play Elder Titan, you can't play Elder Titan and expect everybody, oh, I need a stun for my stomp to land. No, just stomp 3 or 4 heroes. Just do it.
Okay. Well,
Or pick an easier hero, you baby.
I'm gonna use that next time. Well, maybe you should have picked an easier hero.
I mean, yeah, Elder Titan's a hero for absolute Giga Chads. That's why is this guy plays it, because he's an absolute Giga Chad TI winner. He has no cares anymore. That's the kind of player that can show off on this hero. A man with nothing left to lose.
Well, no, it's a man who has nothing left to win. He already won it all.
But he's been from the top to the bottom, you know?
Wait, he went to the bottom?
Yeah, that was when he couldn't play for a year because Wings got banned from China.
That was a pretty sad bottom,
I forgot about that one. That was depressing. I think that was a bottom for all of us.
True.
In our hearts.
It's a bottom of Chinese Dota, that's
but
for
hey,
sure.
now he's back on top.
Yeah.
And
Ace
great.
who? Never heard of him. Now he's a player on Gaming Gladiators.
What?
Ace organization.
Oh, that one hurt me, dude.
What? That wasn't even that big of a punt.
That one hurt me.
Oh, he got him. Makoto snags that kill. First blood on Nothing to Say. So we set this up. I mean, the last series we watched with Talon, Makoto was a massive impact in those wins. We'll see if he's able to do it again here against Nothing to Say. Will not be able to get the power rune top because it's bottom, being safeguarded by the Rubik, who eventually has
coming
to pick it up.
back. Yeah, can't secure it long enough. So Makoto does get the better of NTS. I mean, this is definitely a Wind Ranger favored lane for sure. So you expect it to go a little bit better, but getting that rotation, getting the kill, he's once more on top of the world with the Wind Ranger here. Looking for another high kill game to create the space for his Beast and Naga to come online and be able to fight Shiro with his timings. I mean, I go back to that Shiro Medusa game. Who was it versus? Was it 9 Pandas or... I mean, he basically 1v5'd that game.
Yeah, he had a beast performance.
Where they
I
were
can't
getting
remember who
pushed
that
down.
was.
That was his 999 GPM game with over 1,000 CS.
Oh, yeah.
Just outworldly performance. I feel like if you're LGD, you have confidence to win any Shiro Medusa game after that. I don't care what you're playing into. You might just win the game. So that is something Talon have to think about, itemize for, and deal with. Could probably see some diffusals coming out for them, and it will be
versus Gaming Gladiators, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds likely because Gaming tried to push them and they got stalled up. So diffusal for Makoto on the Wind Ranger and diffusal eventually for 23 on the Naga with Manta diffusal, an old school Naga build, but pretty effective versus the Dusa. Shiro's gonna have to battle through it all, but that is where his supporting cast can help him out. Elder Titan can really sway these Agi carry matchups, especially if you can eventually get in there and reduce the armor to 0. But even the Magic Amp is nice. And of course, Stomps and Earth Splitters.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Really nice spells versus Naga Siren at all points in the game.
Yeah.
The stacking for Talon was pretty significant here. Jab's already cleared through that large stack, pushes him up to ahead of his other cores, and still has those Ancients working for him. Gets another stack with the board. This is a massive objective. I don't think LGD have any hope of invading this, so...
No, their lineup, not right now anyway.
All of their invasion comes on the back of the Mars and where New wants to go in this game.
And they would be fighting into an Arcane Rune Wind Ranger.
Yeah, that sounds tough. Especially in an open area like that. See, he doesn't need setup. Okay? You just stomp them all. That's a precursor of what's about to come in this game.
So is he no longer a Giga Chad if he misses any?
I mean,
if he misses a stomp, does he give up his Giga Chad title?
Giga Chad is not about how many stomps you land, Cap. Giga Chad is a way of life. It's a sense of being. It's a spiritual enlightenment.
All right, calm down there, Andrew Tate.
What?
What?
What did you just say, sir? Excuse me. I greatly resent that.
As you should.
Arcane power.
Slow game, slow start. I mean, I get it. Makoto, like, you win your lane, but you really don't want to be moving around too much because he's got to get that diffuser played. And you say he's going to be playing around trying to help his other cores get to a place that they can shut down Shiro. I think Makoto's going to shut down Shiro all by himself.
Oh, there's another wasted focus fire as Giga Chad Y baits him in. I guess it's Arcane Rune, so we'll have it up again in 40 seconds here. We have Roar for Shiro top, but he's very tanky here. He has a Greater Lotus already.
A lot of poison stacks, though. That added up to a lot of damage. Not quite enough. Ollie, he's going to stop the Mars initiation. This gives Jabs a chance, but Y's going to get in front of him, and the arena does close in. So they get the counter kill. Unable to bring down Shiro, which honestly I was surprised that they were able to get him that close in the first place.
I mean, he was not close. He still had Greater Lotus sitting on top of him that full on. That is not a kill attempt.
A Greater Lotus?
Yeah,
we
that's what I'm
got
saying.
all 3 Lotuses?
Yes. He already has the 400 health, 400 mana waiting there.
Wait, he has a 4th Lotus, too. They got a
he just
Lotus
got
from the
another
other side of the map and gave it to him?
This is the Lotus God.
Wow. And 23, I think, is dead here. Oh, yeah, New's going to join in. That is a very, very dead 23 Savage.
LGD getting the better exchanges here between the 2 carries. And they also have a decent Ancient stack waiting for Shiro when he goes to gobble it up. So as long as he doesn't die here in the next minute or 2, I think his game is pretty clear, right? I don't see Talon invading Shiro's spots too aggressively.
Is he blocked in? Almost. Q doing a really good job body blocking him still. He'll get the extra spirit movement speed, but he will be cut down before he could use it.
And the D-ward here. Nice little pickup from Talon. That's a high-level Elder Titan. And they'll go for the tower trade. Blink almost online for New. That'll really pick up the aggression here for LGD as he can set up the fights and bring NTS in on the back of it. NTS has had a slow game, also trying to push towards his defusal, but Makoto kind of got run around the map, and a lot of that farm priority got given to his other 2 cores as he is the big space maker here. So he is not crushing this game. They're going to make a quick smoke through the gate. Pretty crafty play, looking for Mars on the other side. If this misses, it's a big commitment, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Every one of these moves is time for Medusa to split shot her way to victory.
I mean, somebody's got to come down here and farm anyway, and Diffusal Blade. Does Makoto have that flying in right now? I think he does.
Oh, they saw the obs on the obs sentry on the hill. Got pinged out, so LGD no Talon are here. And they're going to bait out NTS. This is a really good bait.
They're going to get the arena immediately. Oh, the Earth Splitter off in the arena, too. Beautiful stuff. What a bait.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, indeed.
Agreed.
We don't even need to say anything.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
Just the little things going right for LGD.
What ward was that?
So they had a sentry obs on this bottom cliff. You can see Y running away from it now. He plants another sentry there to kill that obs. They saw that obs got planted out of smoke, so they knew that smoke was coming, and that is just the easiest bait of LGD's life.
Dang.
Blink arrives for New. Elder Titan gets guaranteed landing, and see ya later. Trapped in a ring of fire, my friends.
Yeah, you set it up perfectly. You start that focus fire, and then all of a sudden the arena walls come up between you and your target.
Yeah, those are the types of baits that just feel great, because you know you can play them super slow. Just, you know, wait for them to throw out an ult or 2, think they're going to get the kill, and then demoralize the hell out of them.
Now the Manta's done on Shiro, so that split shotting is about to get split even more. Did you feel like the D patch on Medusa, how impactful do you think that was? Because one of the things was affecting the illusions, right? It lowered the mana shield dealio.
Yeah, it lowered the mana shield damage per mana taken, and it lowered the amount that they gain from the mana shield in the first place. It definitely makes them squishier, but I don't feel like it's changed Medusa's trajectory.
Okay.
I don't see her items being thrown off by that much of a time. I mean, I don't think teams are killing the illusions before they do their job, which is kill a camp or 2 or a wave. I think the hero's basically the same. It's just a matter of can you get there. And then you generally don't care about anything. I still believe this hero is a top 4 or 5 carry of the patch. I mean, she does her job, right? The lane's pretty strong. She's a ranged carry, which innately is just very nice. pretty strong nukes, pretty strong scaling, decent ags, very good in the Roshan, and Stone Gaze is never a bad spell. Like, that's the thing. Even if you counteract this hero in the draft, she still provides very strong teamfight control for your team. That's what I always liked on Medusa the most, is it feels great to play around this hero as a support because she actually has a spell that can protect you. If you go on the back line, Stone Gaze buys a lot of time for your supports to reset and take that fight. It's just a very nice carry hero to play around.
Yeah, nice combination of having a carry that can't be gone on and can protect your backline.
That is a strong position to be in, right? Like, you think of these old school combos, like the Phoenix Medusa, for example.
Yeah.
There's a reason she's one of the better carries with that. The spell is just amazing.
Aghanim Scepter done for the Beastmaster. 23 Savage has his Manta. We're going to work towards a BKB on Makoto's Wind Ranger. So it seems like Talon are perfectly accepting of letting this game go late.
As always.
As is their MO. We do have Song this time from 23, but they managed to get the roll up here outside of the range of the Song. Roll on in, get the chain stun, and Spirit into the roll. One more swashbuckle comes a little bit too early. 23 is
they don't have enough.
Lock this up. The ensnare. He's walking away, but no, here comes Shiro from the side. Tries to finish off now. Disappears in the trees, but no. Niu will help finish him off, and they'll get Q for their efforts. 2 for 2, but Makoto, now that Stone Gaze is down, he wants to chase for more. Not able to land the shackle shot though, so they give up on the chase.
I mean, that looked pretty bad for Talon to start. Able to salvage it, at least getting NTS on the trade for their Naga, and it forces Shiro to commit.
Thank you.
But damn, Shiro, he is in the right place at the right time. Able to clean up the Naga Siren, get the gold for himself, continue his path towards his timings. And there is a lot of long-range TP cancel for the Song Naga. It is not a free get-out-of-jail card in terms of, Song, I TP, see you later. No, it is you were getting Earth Split or rolled on, potentially even speared.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Elder Titan might be a better counter to Naga in that regard than, like, the Disruptor.
Yeah, that's why this hero is amazing. You stop Naga getting out, you have 2 spells that can bypass the Song radius, and you can hold on to one and just follow her. That's like the hella annoying part, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then both your spells are just great in the fight anyway. There's pretty much no downsides to this matchup, other than the illusions can split the map really hard and you can't find that actual 5-on-5. That is always the style Naga can play to get around these types of lineups that have really great 5-on-5 team fight. But generally you want the strong pickoff with it. That's where Jabs and Makoto, they need to be in the right place in the right part of the map so they can keep finding core kills and abusing the pressure that's being created from the Beast, from the Naga, abuse the vision. It's just been a slow game for them. 4 kills, 17 minutes.
There is some pretty heavy team fight on the side of PSG.LGD. So is that going to be the game plan then? That split push for the entirety of the game?
Not the entirety. You just want to get to a point where you're confident enough to man up in the fight when it happens if you can start it on your terms, which I think for them is going to be the diffusal timings here. I think 23 is just finishing his up. You already have the one on Makoto, and he's trying to get the BKB. And if Jabs can get a single aura item here, he's working towards Crimson. He has it. So these 3 items coming in for Talon are a lot to help them commit to the 5-on-5. I think they can take them now, especially if they can start the fight on their terms with a Shackle or a Roar on a big core target.
Yeah, Crimson goes a long ways to blocking out their damage. The Dusa, the Swashbuckle, and even like the God's Rebuke kit, I think, probably gets blocked out by Crimson Guard. I don't know. God's Rebuke does a weird thing where it counts as a hit, but
I don't think it will get blocked.
Okay. Well, either way, the
hit
other
component,
ones will.
I don't know. Niu probably knows. He knows everything.
The legacy of Niu has only just begun. Building this man up because he's had one hell of an entrance on PSG.LGD.
Really have built it up.
He has made this team a whole lot better. In fact, Y himself said it. Said they're a lot better about communication.
I mean, they're winning more, so of course.
Nothing to say. Where's the... Okay. Stole the Rolling Thunder. That's not bad. If they can't get the kill, that's the next best thing.
Put the cube to good use here in the next team fight. It might be a window to just force the Roshan.
Is under attack.
probably guaranteed here for Talon. I think it's hard for LGD to get an aggressive position in the pit, and that'll be the signal. Jabs instantly in there with the drum. They won an early Aegis here, probably on 23. You could give it to Makoto, but Makoto TP bottom. No interest in this one, so that'll let the Naga go in aggressively with its Diffusal Manta build.
They don't have Makoto here for this, and they do know that they're in the pit currently.
Yeah, Spirit's going to scout it, actually.
They have to give it up.
This is awkward. I think LGD can easily just go in and start doing it.
Yeah, they're going to start smoking away. Roshan is going to move over in 30 seconds, though.
If I'm LGD, I'm contesting this for sure. I have BKB on Mars, Mech on the Techies, and a Halberd done for NTS with that butterfly timing for Shiro. Talon hit their 3 items, but I feel like LGD just hit theirs harder, and they're more impactful here.
They're going to have to kill everybody but the Medusa.
And they're going to have the positioning, right?
Yeah, they are going to have the positioning. They're going to get there first. Are you going to go through? No way. They're going to follow Roshan through. This is a bold move, man.
Are they?
Waiting on the other side of it.
I don't think you can just...
You? Oh, said the boars through first. That's funny.
I don't think they did not like what they saw for those boars.
They're giving up Roshan. Effectively, if they don't go through the portal, they're giving up Roshan.
I mean, that was the monkey in a spaceship.
Send him out in space.
Come back. The Jabs went through.
Jab's gonna go through. He makes himself a target. They use all of their ultimates to be able to interrupt him. They do kill him.
The cube's frozen.
Rubik. Oh, we got stuck on the corner. That's why you need to be a ball and not a cube.
Must Jabs do something absolutely insane every game? Is it in his contract?
I mean, he has buyback. I thought he did that because he was like, I'll buy back. Guys, if they use ults on me, I'll buy back and TP it. Because they do have the Radiant Outpost.
I mean, what do you think that team comms is like? He sends the boars through. They get instantly exploded. You know LG are all there ready to take that fight. This Jabs just encouraging his team. He's like, come on, guys. We can go. We can make it. No, we don't think so.
Not have like some of his team TP'd to the other side.
Yeah, they were TP'ing to tier 2 to try and run there.
Yeah.
Jabs
not have TP?
He just took the shortcut. See you boys on the other side. Salutes and goes through the gate.
It's a Fast and Furious moment. The slow music starts playing.
Well, it was a valiant effort, but in vain as LGD's area lockdown is severe. You cannot just run into the ball. At least without Song to counter-initiate and waste some of those ults. Like, if you use Song to get rid of a Stone Gaze in Arena, then maybe you're okay just running into that 5v5. But if you're just losing heroes to him, that is a death sentence, and that will be Aegis for Shiro with his butterfly timing, pushing towards MKB next, it looks like. Just to be able to pierce the win run. And the Gossamer Cape on Naga plus potential butterfly that can come out. Pretty nice itemization here. And it'll be utility from the rest of the lineup. All in on buffing up the Naga. Or the Medusa. And run her down the lanes. And that means it's split push time for 23. Heart Naga online. Send the illusions across the map. Use the Beast Vision to not get picked off. And if you see anybody alone, send Makoto in.
But is PSG.LGD ever going to split up? Because right now, they could just follow the charge that Shiro's leading. Eventually, the pressure's going to mount up in some of these other lanes. Top is being pushed in aggressively right now by Jabs. And 23 can start cutting the mid lane as well with his illusions.
They're not going to fall behind in gold in this period. That's for sure. Unless LGD can force the fight or bring them all back to base, you're pretty much just going to trade network. But LGD are not too sad. Their lineup scales pretty damn hard. I think that's what the Elder Titan plus this Mars Pango give you.
Sure.
You're going to have a lot of lockdown with the Mars. You're going to be able to jump heroes. You're going to have initiation power, counter initiation power. Elder Titan's just going to ramp all of it up. And, I mean, Y is finding a decent amount of farm here. He has a Solar Crest. He's going to go drum.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, they split up a little bit now. They see Shiro in the top part of the map. But Talon not moving fast enough to catch anybody from PSG.LGD, who smoke to get to their carry that much quicker.
Is Techie's magic reduction off the mines Can it go negative?
It cannot go negative, no.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But that Elder Titan
around.
buff up is still nice for him when he jumps in.
Oh, yeah, certainly. And it'll help those first couple of mines do like their full amount of damage, right?
Radiant are scanning.
And we found out yesterday that the interesting part is that we very rarely talk about this, but the intelligence magic resistance stat line, that also gets reduced apparently. That adds to your base magic resistance. And so Elder Titan takes that away from you as well.
Precious bounty.
Remember when there was a time in Dota when like the tankiest heroes would reach 3,000 HP? Be like, whoa, this guy's 3K HP. Not anymore. Everybody's tanky, and the song is gonna go on to try and bail out Q, but he got hit by the stomp.
That
so
glitter's coming, my friend.
he does have a glimmer, but that's not gonna save him. Not enough. Full out return. Oh, he got stone gazed. He managed to blink in front of Makoto, got him with the stone gaze. He pops the BKB, but it's too late. Now on the other side, they did manage to kill the Pango. They were so focused on Makoto. A buyback on a Q. But it is still a Shiro Dusa with Aegis. Even with buybacks, you really can't return fire.
Almost unlucky for Makoto there. Otherwise, that fight is not too bad for Talon. They use a Q buyback. That definitely feels bad for Shadow Demon here, as he wants to scale in this game off of all the Agi carries.
Dude, that was so close. He was barely in.
Yeah, it was on
he
the
was
edge.
barely in Makoto's gaze, just in the corner of his eye.
But Shiro will connect and collect. Still 23 keeping up in farm with him. He's going to be annoying in these fights. That was a pretty decent song there. Counteracted some of the ults out from LGD, reset the fight. That's the kind of engagement Talon are looking for. They just want to stall out the fight and let the Naga go to work on the Medusa in a situation where Jabs can provide that utility with Halberd Crimson. You're getting some poison stacks on him. Maybe you have some disruption illusions going to work. And Makoto's killing someone on the back line. That type of fight can become very chaotic and disorganized for LGD, and it can be too many targets for Shiro to try and focus and deflect away from his supports here, as LGD really want the Elder Titan and Techies alive for a lot of it. Ag's up next for Makoto as well. A very big item for the Wind Ranger in terms of just getting in here and getting the job done. Gotta dodge this Medusa MKB somehow.
Shiro does already have the MKB though. So as long as they're kind of controlling the game and winning the game, they have a gem.
Yeah, but it's still... It's really annoying with how much vision Talon have. Like, you're going to have Naga illusions going in, Beastmaster, Hawks, and Boars. He's just going to be able to run around, play the outskirts of the fight, kill some Elder Titan on the backline, then you're super happy to take that fight. LGD need to really be on point with their formations this game. Make sure they're protecting their supports. Close up the ranks. There's not much AoE punish on Talon's side, so you're not actually too worried about clumping here on LGD. Like, even if you got caught in a four-man song, what's the follow? Poison?
Shackle shot?
Sure, I mean, maybe Shackle, but you can always land the Shackle anyway. Basically, there isn't really a downside for LGD to playing very tight.
Yeah,
just hugging their Medusa here.
The drums! He's gonna get in there in the middle of all of them and start playing the drums. With the
yes.
song.
The classic Naga song counter. Song into Beastmaster drum. A very famous strategy.
Talked about the song counter. It's Jabs with the drums.
Bloodthorn for 23. This is a nice anti-Medusa build for sure. The single target DPS is going to shoot through the roof. Especially when you're burning out his mana from all the illusions with Diffusal.
And when you're dealing with Butterfly.
Yep, definitely helps your Butterfly as well. So I like this itemization from 23. He is gearing up for his purpose in the game, and he will serve that purpose well. Highest amount of assets at 28 minutes. With 445. Wow.
Clap, clap, clap. Be ashamed.
23 farm good. Shiro farm slightly less good.
Illusion Hero farm better. If I took a nap, came back in 15 minutes, how much do you think the game game state would differ?
You wouldn't even recognize it.
Yeah, it would be entirely new landscape.
I mean, we're just gearing up for the next set of big items here, and there's going to be a Roche clash for sure.
Okay.
And that Roche is going to determine a lot. It's a very influential Roshan, so you want to finish up this Ags on the Wind Ranger. Bloodthorn is finished for 23. And your next big item is probably the Hex on you for LGD. Ooh. That is their big initiation power. You can land that Hex on the Naga, maybe the Wind Ranger at the start of a fight.
Yeah,
Just
do you like
commit in
that
with
more
BKBs.
than Refresher?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid here.
Because Arena is really good at being able to contain the Wind Ranger and Naga Siren.
Yeah, but they're going to have BKB on the Wind Ranger. Dakota already has it. He's going to have this Ags. It can be hard to jump him. I like the Hex.
Okay.
I mean, both are good here. I don't think there's a wrong choice. Just a matter of what you think you can land.
Well, either way, the Scythe of Ice just makes the later Refresher even better.
Very
Which
true as
I
well.
would bet is his next item.
I would also not mind a Shard pickup for New instead of waiting for Tormentor here. I think double Spear landing would be very nice considering you have Elder Titan Stomps and all of this setup. Stone Gaze, I think there's a lot of potential that Talon get pretty clumped and you just get double speared in these arenas. I know players don't like buying the Shard, but some of these are... they're still okay to buy, guys.
No, everything needs to be max efficiency free. There's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no such thing as a free shard.
Kodo.
Smoke's gonna break. You leading the charge. He's gonna be copying the telekinesis first. So his initiation.
They know
with
Makoto's
his
here.
Scythe doesn't immediately pop out. Shackle and a BKB to get him out. Makoto. That's gonna feel really bad, especially if he does get stomped. Oh wait, what?
He got stopped?
How? His BKB was still up.
Giga Chad, why?
What? I'm not crazy, right?
It persists through.
Oh, right. It hit him while he was BKB'd, and then the BKB wore off. I forgot about the dumb BKB change, man. It gets me every time.
You think Giga Chad Y cares about your BKB?
That's, I mean, like, I think about it when it comes to, like, Shackle Shot.
Yeah, that
Pound?
stomp's a weird one. I don't know if I would have thought about that.
Yeah, does, like, Centaur Stomp, you stomp them, and then their BKB runs out afterwards? Are they stunned? Is it because this sleep is a debuff? Not a stun?
It's all stuns. What do you mean? All spells go apply to debuff immunity. If it runs out while that debuff is still on you, it just procs.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. It's just so weird.
Well, welcome to New Frontiers, baby. A whole new world to explore. That's why I feel like a lot of the interactions for like Pangolier should be worse for him than we're seeing. But I think players aren't used to doing that.
Not used to stunning a magic immune target.
We're not used to watching it, but like, you see some BKB Windrunner running away, you see Pango rolling away, your brain does not think I'm going to throw a stun on this guy.
Sure.
But you actually should now. Especially the super long duration stuns. It's something that makes the stomp pretty decent because the stuns all got nerfed. This sleep duration is still 4.4 seconds. That is a significant amount of time. You hit them at the end of their BKB, even if it blocks 2 seconds, they're slept for 2 more. That's like beautiful setup, right?
Yeah.
You cannot run from the Earth Forger.
I'm too old. I played too much Dota.
It does really best with your brain.
Yeah, this is some
I mean, thank God
warping shit.
we're updating the game for the newer generation, so all the Zoomers who play
That's
Dota,
true. Yeah.
they'll be able to satisfy their...
Blood the Dota.
attention
23
deficit.
just immediately goes for it.
He is getting beat in the man fight.
And immediately gets pushed back. But yeah, the sleep is still on him.
This is Shiro's first life that they're having troubles getting through.
Yeah, it's taken a lot just to be able... I mean, if they just get him out of mana, that's okay. BKB is going to go out from Makoto to try and deal with this arena, and he backs away. I mean, if they keep Shiro... If Shiro just has to walk away with no mana, that might be the best thing, because they still have 3 minutes of this Aegis to work through. I feel like killing him may actually be worse. Because then he would just come back up full HP, full mana.
I don't think they have to commit on it, but that's a solid defense either way. He didn't even lose any building damage here. Cost Talon nothing. Sorry, my brain is failing me right now, but you can't Lotus Orb Focus Fire, right? Am I going insane?
I don't think so. I don't know why you can't, but
I refuse to believe that is an
I feel like
so I'm gonna say no.
okay. Why not?
I refuse to believe that's a thing.
How does it work?
Either way, LGD pushing back down the middle lane. Start hitting the tower, sieging it up, pocket some mines, get the glyph. Makoto is not back yet. It doesn't have BKB for 9 seconds here. They're just trying to stall this out with illusions. Backdoor will kick in, but backdoor will also kick out. And
Okay,
they'll get
Makoto's
some
going to cut in through the side
New
here.
wants to
He's going to
punish.
go outside, but New actually gets stunned up before his initiation
Bad
and really
stomp.
fall through. They have a stolen arena, which is going to be weird. It does block out the damage from Shiro at
This
least.
is really weird.
Nothing to say. His Rolling Thunder's going to wear out, and Shiro's going to come back in behind this tier 3, but maybe he could just fight his way through it. Makoto starts going after him here. He's draining through that mana pretty quickly. When he's able to commit... Oh, speaking of commitment, Song? Are they really willing to go outside of the base for this one? A shackle shot on Nothing to Say would be massive. Rolling, yeah, he's still stunned afterwards, but... Okay, back it up. I mean, Shiro is big, and he's about to get a Scotty, but Talon is showing that they can kind of deal with him. I don't know if it's going to change and how much it's going to change later on into the game.
Split shot using modifiers is definitely a big deal. You have MKB and Daedalus already up for Shiro.
Yeah.
Plus Scotty. There's a lot that goes through these split shots on the Naga illusions that helps clear them out a bit, and it's just way more obnoxious in the fight. You're suddenly getting chunked a lot harder on the Wind Ranger despite who the Medusa's actually hitting here. Makoto's having problems just committing in the fight versus the Dusa and the Manta illusions. Even when the Dusa shackled, the illusions are just shredding him straight up.
Wait, why does New still have a tier 1 item?
Because he's an absolute monster.
No. That is not an adequate answer.
I mean,
I need answers.
Broom Handle's pretty underrated, to be fair.
It is not that underrated.
4 armor, that's pretty good.
It is not that underrated.
I mean, maybe the man just like sweeping away the competition.
Hold up. Time to take out the trash. let me pull out my brooms. All right, they're going to go to the other side of the map. And are they going to set up for another push here? Or are they just going to wait for Roshan? I just assume we're going to chill and wait for Rosh.
It is pretty crazy to think about. There's people running around right now with like Vindicator axes, enchanted quivers, ninja gears, and this man is just running around with literally the handle of a broom, just whacking people in the ankles, taking names. He's going to get dunked on though. No help.
Maybe you should have gotten a different item, New. Nothing to say. Okay, the song's going to go out here, and Nothing to say. He's Rolling Thunder. It'll wear out.
You got Arena, Mars, and the Stone Gaze here, plus Rolling Thunder. All the ults from LGD be gone.
And Makoto's already top of Shiro. He's going to start working on that Dusa. Now the shackle shot evaded by the BKB. They're going to have to back away. Yep, we see the gem on the deck, and nobody could take the time to grab it. It's in the neutral field. Y goes for it, and he managed to get away with it too.
This man has no fear. Talon stalling this game out. God damn, are they a hard team to end. On your terms, at least, without the game going very late.
Hey, you got a ninja gear. 25 agility is better than the 4 armor he was getting from a broom
we'll
hand.
see how long he keeps it. I mean, I could see him bringing the broom handle back and swapping him out, you know.
It's like, I need the extra attack range, guys. Let me go ahead and tape this broom handle to my spear.
Tier 4 tokens coming out. I mean, Shiro's pretty much capped. Like, you get an Ags and a Moon Shard, I guess, but this is Dusa peak. I guess you could almost say the same for 23.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of asking. Like, we are getting to the end game of these carries. Does this matchup start going one way or the other? Or are we just infinitely locked in a stalemate where it just comes down to play?
I think it just comes down to the jump.
Okay.
I do feel like Talon are going to slowly outscale LGD here a bit. But so much comes down to the jumps and the
New
AoE
Panis
spells.
initiation. He catches the Rubik and kills him right away. Makoto's got to get out of here. The remainder of his BKB, he cannot linger. Jams is also going to BKB TP out. Now, this pickoff was nice. Was that their gem that got dropped too? Okay, that's even nicer. But is Roshan going to be up around the right time? It is not. 40 seconds, so they'll have their Rubik back up. It also is going to be a daytime Roshan, so it's the area that PSG.LGD controls, but it's also the area that Talon has an outpost to play with.
I almost think at some point the problem LGD is going to face is not going to be this Naga. It's going to be the Wind Ranger in the ultra late.
I think
they
so
don't
too.
really have the best lockdown for Makoto. There's no purges, there's no dooms. You kind of just have to land a spear or the hex on her, which is very hard when she's running around invisible. And the late game Wind Ranger talents are absurd once you start pewing people down. I mean, he's going to have an MKB at some point, and if you get the MKB plus level 25, I feel like Makoto's fully unlocked. 23 just running in, trying to start the fight. Does have BKB to bail him out of these situations. Disruptions on the Medusa have also been pretty obnoxious in these fights. Shiro does clear them out, but it goes both ways. And again, but he gets lifted.
Gets lifted, can't get the initiation he wanted, and 23 is making himself a bit of a target here. He's going to think about the song, then doesn't use it. Holds off on it. Now that the arena... Oh, what a shackle shot, but the Glimmer Cape stops Makoto from being able to get the kill. Jump in from Jabs. He's going to use his initiation on you to take out this Mars, but there is a pretty good split. He's held in. There's too much damage coming out from Shiro. He was going to die. The song finally goes out, but Shiro's BKB allows him to get the kill. Now he's going to be shackle shot in. Makoto wins his next focus fire back up. He might be able to play for this kill onto the Dusa. Careful to stomp, though. BKB had to use it. It was a little bit scary there.
He's almost out of mana.
He is out of running out now. The focus fire. It starts going worse, and the backline cannot help him. They leave Shiro behind, and this is going to be Talon the first time taking a Roshan for themselves.
Just kiting out these fights and letting Makoto go to work. This ult is on a 30-second cooldown now. He can commit it for a core, come back in, stall the fight out enough. Song with that shard, healing people up as well. It's too hard for LGD to find the latch. It's just all on you, and these jumps are constantly getting interrupted by the Rubik Lips, the disruptions. And Shiro is fighting a man's fight right here. There's just no help. His control is gone, and once the control is gone, the kiting begins. You're looking at 3 ranged heroes in a Naga. Look at the spacing here. Just nothing for him to hit.
And nothing to say really can't help him very much.
No, he just doesn't know what to do here because he can't commit in. He's not really providing too much damage. He doesn't have a basher to help with the control yet.
I think one thing he does need to he needs to use Swashbuckle on the Wind Ranger. I think the illusions matter less than getting a disarm on the Wind Ranger, but that's probably small potatoes.
I mean, at this point, LGD need to find Makoto. That is a tall order. They do not have heroes that are great at doing it unless Niu finds him. That is pretty much their only hope. And now, Aegis and double damage. He'll have 2 lives and twice the right click. Plus that Ninja Gear. I mean, Ninja Gear plus Ags Wind Ranger. This is an abomination.
He's a ghost.
An actual abomination.
She's the ghost in the shell. Lurking around constantly. I mean, part of this buildup of what I'm talking about for the Pango is that he went a huge utility build. So when he uses Rolling Thunder and they don't accomplish anything with it, his remaining swashbuckles are not that threatening. All he has is Diffusal Blade. He doesn't have a Basher. He doesn't have, you know, Maelstrom or anything to deal with the illusions very well.
He's definitely not outputting that much damage.
No.
And it's hurting LGD. He goes for a Shiva's, which is just more utility and tank ability.
Yep, yep.
But it goes back to, like, who is providing the lockdown here?
Yeah,
to
don't they
Shiro
already
hit?
have enough tankiness?
That's what I kind of feel. I mean, it is good versus the Naga, right?
Sure.
If he gets shackled, it'll help him survive. It'll help clear out or deal with the illusions, remove some attack speed. There's nothing wrong with these items, but at some point you're going to have to find Makoto. It just comes down to that. And is any of this helping you do that? Probably not. I guess Shiva's might help you find him. I don't know. I think Swift Blink for Shiro is also a pretty big deal. If you can eventually get there and just go in with the Stone Gaze BKB, find Makoto, freeze him up, and then buy time for follow-up stun to come through, that's another way you can do it. Because you have to get Slaying done in the BKB duration. It feels like once your BKBs are out on LGD, if you have not found those big core kills, you are going to start to get worn out here. And the Wind Ranger is going to run circles around you with Naga illusions, pelting you, Rubik glyphs, Shadow Demon disruptions. Just so much long-range poke and disable is going to kite out these fights.
Level 25 changed much? Split shot uses modifiers?
It's a big talent in this game for sure. Helps clear through the illusions. Not only his own illusions, but the Naga ones.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, he has 3 items that utilize it here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Mindbreaker, also pretty damn nice for him. Extra attack speed. Silence could make a difference. Better than a broomstick.
Better than a broomstick. And Shiro really is left in sort of a 1v5, and we saw him do that well against Gaming Gladiators, but this one, I mean, Talon, they're really, really focused on late game as a team. I don't know if Shiro, as good as he is going to be able to stop all this. But we'll see. Maybe things change with this Swift Blink. He could still use an Aghanim Scepter as well. I mean, that's additional lockdown that they could use.
Still room to grow. He is definitely not capped yet. Maybe a smoke from Talon across the map. I mean, they're looking for a pickoff, but LGD just all in their base. Refresher is done for New, by the way. So he did get to this level 20 extended spear stun duration plus the hex. So you have 2 long spears, 2 arenas, 2 hexes. If you find somebody, you should be able to kill him. It's just a question of who are you going to find and if they're going to have buybacks. If Talon can fight around buybacks as well, just wear through the ultimates, take the Roshan fights, it's probably a decent setup for them too. Why is going to lead the charge?
They might be able to split Talon in half here. They got the initiation onto the Shadow Demon, just what they wanted. Now there's no disruption save for the next part of the team fight.
Instant refresh, but he won't find anything.
Yeah.
He was looking for the Naga, trying to guess where the sleep went maybe, or just find anybody else. 23. Song does not save his friend, but he will get out of there. That was a very fast burst from LGD. Instant jump off that ward.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So Aegis is just going to expire without it really getting used. Am I crazy? I thought Makoto already had it in MKB.
No, he went back for Hurricane Pike.
Oh. Okay, well now he's going to go MKB on his empty slot. Which, if he was already putting out all that damage onto the Dusa without that Pierce, without that extra damage, Shiro's going to get shredded, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The biggest problem in this game right now is Makoto in the late game. Getting to level 25 and getting that MKB, it will fully unlock his hero, make him an absolute menace, and they still are not finding the answers for him. This Hurricane Pike is also an interesting pickup because it really helps the rest of his team in terms of the initiations. If New blinks in and hexes someone and he somehow gets a Pike off before Arena, your whole team fight's gone. Nothing else to think about. And that'll be Swift Blink for Shiro. So outside of that Ags, this is him capping out. He's going to have to replace a Mantha or BKB with it. Just get in there with his Mars. He'll replace the Scotty. Interesting. They'll probably swap the Scotty back in post BKB usage. Have to manage his resources well, especially these initiations from LGD.
Create some Deuce illusions for yourself. Swarm out with the Naga Siren illusions. Push in mid, push in bottom. Great control. A minute and a half left until Roshan could spawn. So Talon may just be playing to control the map. And it's looking like it's going to be another Roshan on the bottom part of the map, so that is to Talon's favor.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So much gold going in these two carries. A refresher for 23 Savage here. Double song to double reset the fight versus the double arena. Why not? This game is going to come down to where you take the fight and how you can get your buyback into that fight.
I like that. They gave him both the wisdom runes.
It's the most important talent right now.
Yeah, he's 24.5 now. He went from 22 to 24.5.
Doesn't even need to take the win run dispel because there's nothing to dispel it here. But he will gladly gobble up that focus fire 10-second cooldown on an advance. Usually lower, obviously, down to like 3 or 5. And that is the ghost that LGD must hunt. They must attempt to stun. No easy task. And everybody in this game will have buyback, except for New. Because he
Somehow
does not
fitting.
need buyback. One live will get the job done.
I don't believe that for a second, but we'll see.
And this is where taking that fighter on the Roshan on Radiant side and this Radiant outpost is really valuable for Talon. I mean, this is like a 10-on-5. You decide to fight here as LGD.
Especially with like song reset and stuff.
Yes, you're guaranteed to get these buybacks straight in.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And Talon know this. They're just waiting. Roche is up. They're not committing. Don't want to end up getting stomped in the pit or something crazy. New is going to have to find an opening.
He's going to smoke towards the pit. Nobody's inside there.
Radiant tower is under attack.
They clear up
Slowly advancing.
some of the high ground. The mid is dying right now. Nothing to say, jumping
Wim's
forward with his
23.
floaters, trying to deal with the ward. He does get silenced though.
They're trying to burst the
Shiro.
Naga.
Okay, they are going to go for this 23 Savage Naga Siren. The disruption put on the Deuce instead.
They
23
used
gets
everything.
low. He's trying to get off the song, and he does manage to get the song off. Look at him speeding away.
And healing.
Turns around. Abyssal Blaze, nothing to say. He's healing up. You're right, thanks to the shard. They're going to chase after him, though. Another
you back
roll up.
in?
They go for it with the arena. He pops the song. Oh, disruption, but he finally does go down.
A huge pickoff. He had refreshed on the Naga. He had another song up, but he can't get it off.
Well, he does have buyback. If PSG.LGD stretch out too far, it's possible Talon decide to fight. They keep on chasing New. He's going to find a scythe opening onto the Rubik, gets the spear to follow it up. Pickoff after the initial death of 23 Savage. Swashbuckle away. Ollie, can he get out? No, nothing to say.
And that's their base.
Down.
They don't want Roche.
Is under attack.
They want buildings. They want buybacks.
Do they think that there's...
Under attack.
Do they think they can end it?
I mean, there's a glyph here. There's buybacks. They're going to get him out.
Oh, instant silence. Jabs finds his initiation
This is
signing
really
as they
deep.
manage to get the counter, but they do have
Well, the blink.
disruption blink away from Shiro. They have the song, but now they're outside of the base. This is not the easy jump that they thought it once was, and a BKB is on cooldown for 23. I'm not even sure if this is good for him. Force staff away, Jabs. He's going to be the one caught by the Rolling Thunder instead. Oh, this is turning real bad. Jabs pops his cheese. He stays alive off of that one.
Another
Meanwhile, the side
disruption.
is used it onto the Naga Siren. Gale trying to push him away. They do have nothing to say. Caught by the
MTS.
shackles, and they're going to force him down. Abyssal Blade, everything they have to finally put down the Pango. Jabs,
Shiro,
he's going
out
to
of
be
mana.
bursted down by Shiro, who is out of mana. They get him with a shackle shot. They're keeping their distance, but they got to keep him in place. Jabs came back in with his second life.
Glyph for the
He may
TP
just
on
die back
MTS.
here. Disruption's going to go out. He's going to be able to buy him time. What a hit from the Elder Titan, though. They have to reset around their fountain, which leads Jabs to
so
die.
deep.
He's a die back. Shiro going in deeper.
He has no
deep is he
mana.
going to go? He's totally out of mana at this point
He's
in
going
time.
to insta-buy.
Now his team. Can he get to his team in the first place?
Buys up bots too. Full.
Bot 2, teeping onto Y.
They just want to end it. There's a Roche up. There's buildings up. They don't care. They got a Jabs die back. They got 4 other buybacks. 3 others out of Talon. Makoto still has his. This is a risky push. This could backfire very hard if you're not careful. Song coming back up for 23. Ult's coming back up for LGD, but they don't have an arena. They don't have a refresher on Mars. They don't have split Earth or Earth Splitter.
Radiant's middle tower is
And this song goes off, but what is the initiation off of this one?
There's nothing. This is the problem.
middle tower.
This is just to buy time.
Yeah, what have you started with? 23. They do manage to gale back Shiro closer to the throne that he's trying to just finish off right now. They're focus
Shiro's
firing.
hitting.
They're trying to do everything they have, but Makoto can't stand toe-to-toe against Shiro. Another disruption, but the throne is going to die. Talon cannot stop this. LGD in one swift move ended.
What a ballsy push from LGD, man, when there's a Roche on the board.